Electrolysis lab starts out with a 9-volt battery, an electrode stand, a bucket for holding the water, and 2 glass test tubes. We're going to use sodium sulfate for the salt, but you can use whatever kind of salt that you want. This is just the one that we're going to use for class. So we're going to pour that into the container. For the water, we're going to add in the electrode stand, and I can see that I need a little more water added to this. We want to make sure that there's enough to cover up those electrodes. And then I'm going to get the test tubes in place. So the test tubes, the goal is for us to fill them with gas. So by filling them with water to start with, I'm going to make sure that they are filled completely with whatever gases that are being made during the experiment. So I'm going to make sure one is in place. And do the same thing with the other. Get it over top of the electrodes and the stand. And try to get that centered there just so I don't have to sit here and hold it the whole time. Then I'm going to attach the alligator clips to the battery. One on each side of the battery. And for this, it doesn't really matter which side we clip it to, just that we get it on there and stable. And then you can see that we've already got bubbles forming in the test tubes. And what we're going to do is just wait until we have some gas form inside the test tubes, because we'll have to test those gases for properties to see if a chemical reaction has occurred and how we know what's the evidence for that chemical reaction. So I'm just going to let it sit here for a little bit. Okay, after about 5 minutes, this is where we're at with our test tubes and the formation of the gas. We've got one that has definitely created more gas than the other. And if you think about our formula that we're using from water, H2O, so we've got 2 hydrogens in every molecule and 1 oxygen in every molecule. You can figure out which one is which. We're going to test using a wooden splint. And we're going to light the splint and hold it up into the gas. Get rid of the water first and hold it up into the gas so that we can see if we've got an explosion or a pop that happens when the gas ignites from the flame. So we'll see. We're going to give it some more time here so that our test tube is filled even more with gas, and then we'll test it in a little bit. This is the flame test for the tube we think has hydrogen. That means, yes, there's hydrogen. Awesome. Okay, here's the tube we thought had oxygen. If this one works, what we should see is that the flame kind of comes back, that the embers on the end of the stick get brighter as it goes into the test tube.
There we go.